Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome to another episode of Corsair Cove. This is our let's try to see what we kind of think of this very unique city builder. So very Anno-y in terms of how it's doing supply chains, right? So we've got these kind of supply chains and so on. What is very un-Anno-y is the fact that we don't have universal storage, and so we have to do some logistics in how we move things around. And because we've got pirate camps which effectively operate their own unique little areas and kind of their localized economy that we have to import and export things to, like this galley over here needs to get its food from elsewhere at the moment. Alternatively, we can build new campfires that's producing food on this side, but that then also says more people over here. So potentially what we can do is we can stockpile a lot of food on this side and then move it to the various camps as we deem necessary. So I think that's one of the interesting things of this game. And then obviously we want to, as we expand, we need stronger and stronger logistics networks that's going to move goods effectively from area to area. And we maybe need to do things like forward warehouses and all these kind of things. Okay, so that is pretty cool and unique. And we've got now a zip line as well, which let me just quickly have a look. This one costs 10, that costs 20. So the zip line itself, I wonder, can we? So the idea is if we zip line, wow, from there to there, does it tell us what this thing is going to cost, or is it just going to cost us 10 straight away? Anyway, we need to plan that out a little bit more. Can we zip line all the way from one side to the other? Not really. Oh, it's up to about there. So we can zip line like that, and then we can zip line down this way if we wanted to get people to really, zip line them. Or we just zip line straight down to there, and then you're pretty much here. Anyway, there's lots of cool things that we can do with the zip lines, I'm sure. Okay, now let's get back to what we're trying to do in this episode. So now the next thing for us, we want to build the gun tower, right? Because we've been aiming to do that for quite a while, but the gun tower needs black powder. We now have the guano up and running, so we have that available. And what we're going to need next is the powder mill. The powder mill will take guano input. How much does this one produce? 12. So we can do 2 powder mills. And then it's also picking up charcoal on the other side. Okay, so at the starting point, we definitely want to be picking up this, right? But the other thing I'm also contemplating is that if we put it here, it's nice and close to everything. So I'm guessing this spot here is where we want to do it. Now, the question is, for guano, do we run it straight in there, or do we try and stockpile it? Which is my question, right? Should we be which products should we be stockpiling and which shouldn't we be stockpiling? So we'll put that one over there. We'll start the construction process on that. But I also think we should build another warehouse. And the warehouse should be looking to just have a look. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Let's do that. This warehouse will be stockpiling both guano and black powder, I think, right? So we'll do this. So both of those we'll start the construction process on both of those. We'll have to keep an eye on how many houses we need. I'm also thinking, oh, something's happened. What? Thought something happened. Everything ready to go here? Can we embark a fresh journey? What are we after, right? If we quickly come to the compass, we want either a notoriety or a wealth deed. So from a notoriety perspective, these are efficient transport routes to a tavern. We should be able to do at least a second one for that. Okay. Okay, we should be able to do a second one for that. Over here, have a fleet of 2 ships. I don't know if we can do that. Scavenge 15 remains. Discover 5 regions. Build 10 masts. Complete 20 events. Build a level 2 ship. Okay, actually, I was after this one. Build a 3rd warehouse. We're going to get that one right now. So we're going to get that one right now. So let's wait for that. Once that warehouse is done. The other thing that I'm thinking we need to just have a look at is just make sure we are picking up resources from over there as well. So now we've got the second route, efficient route to the tavern over here. So that should all be holding up quite nicely. Okay, so this one is up and running. It is getting, okay, I want to disconnect that. Okay, so let's go back in here. So now that we've got this one going, oh, yes, that's the third warehouse. So we'll do that. Firstly, you will go and collect from over there straight away, right? And then this one, instead of collecting all the way over there, I want you to be collecting it from over here instead, right? And you are collecting, let's just see, you're collecting from the warehouse there. Beautiful. And then the next thing this warehouse should be doing is it should be picking up some black powder over there. And now let's just quickly have a look at our housing situation. We've got 11 people here, so that should be working quite well. All in all, seems good. Seems good. Now, we did get the extra deed here, so let's pop into this. We'll claim this one, the third warehouse. Is there anything else that's close by? Plunder 5 treasure caves. So yeah, we need to upgrade our ship really. And I guess now we're in a position to do that straight away. So this is the aerial lift. We'll unlock that. That gives us the shark tooth Reaver. The shark tooth variant of the Reaver. Once a ship with this crew type is built, they will be available for hire. So I guess what I'm going to do, instead of necessarily waiting for the gold seeker, what is the difference? Let's quickly have a look at what's the difference between the gold seeker and the Reaver. The Reaver Plus and the Reaver. Let's quickly have a look if we can try and figure that out. If we can go down here, right, and we say, forget about the upgrade to the trade period. If we can upgrade the ship, we can do the shark tooth, which is just a Reaver, right? That's plus 62, plus 4, and plus 11, and it's plus 5 on crew, and plus 3 on, I'm not sure what all of these things are, right? I can't, can I... Does it? Oh, it's over here. This is armor. This is maneuverability, speed, and the likes, right? Boarding damage and gun damage. Ship, crew, and cargo. If we look at this one, this gets us lots more health, right? Gets us a little bit more supplies and a lot more boarding, more armor, and more crew. But then I'm after the... Where is the... This one, the Reaver Plus, would be 88. 20 crew. Interesting. I would love a side-by-side comparison of these ships, right? So I can have a bit of an idea. So this one seems to have more maneuverability and the likes. Okay, so 88, 28, 13, 9, 24, 4, 5. And then if we go back the other way... This one is 82, 24, 13, 2. Lots less maneuverability. But it's got 25 crew. I think that the other one is better. I think the other one is definitely better. So I'm going to hold off just a little bit and see if there's an option for us to get another point here, right? What is our next point? A third efficient route. I think that's going to be pretty easy to achieve, right? A third efficient route here will unlock that. So let's do that. That's going to be an easy one for us to do. All we need to do is build another moonshine still somewhere and yet again link it to the tavern, right? So maybe the easiest way for us to do that is just to bulk up another one next to it right over here. We now have rope, which is something we want to do anyway. But I guess another moonshine still right next to this one. Something is in the way, huh? I can't really gauge what is in the way. And presumably, if we pop it in right over here, that might be a quicker and more efficient route anyway. So let's pop it in right over there. We'll start building it. And that should get us that third one. Okay, beautiful. Now we also have the aerial lift. So if we wanted to do the aerial lift thing, So what does the aerial lift do? This is super pricey. We can't afford it. Great increases the transportation speeds across all terrains. So basically we'll do, go up, from here to there. But I guess because we don't have the gold, we can't actually see it in action. So we'll wait on that one. This is going to be done. Okay, so let's just add our third efficient route there. Beautiful. We got it. Let's pop in. Go to the deeds. We claim this one. So now we're 3 on notoriety. We go to compass. We get the gambling den unlocked. And now we've got the gold seeker, which is the Reaver Plus, right? Open ships overview. Oh, if we look at this, right? Oh, open the ship's overview. Okay, hang on. But we can still not do a side by side, right? So this is what we have available. We've got the Prowler available. We've got the Gold Seeker. Sorry. The Prowler is these, and then we've got the Reaver Plus. So here we can very quickly make that differentiation. So this one is more health, more supplies, more same boarding, much more maneuverability, same crew, double on the what is this, gun damage and speed, and same armor though. Okay, and then if we come up this way, yeah, that's not great. The Prowler is not great. But what does this do? Scallywags, upstart freebooters. They were too young for the last Pirate Rebellion, but won't miss this one. The required buildings for hiring is a galley. They've got upkeep that I don't quite know what that is. I can't see what that is, and I can't hover over it as well. But what does the Scallywags actually do versus the picaroons, small-time plunderers? And they require whiskey or something, right? Still. Weak but crafty, they strip you of your loot before you can say pick a what? Okay, fine. Anyway, we're going to go with the Gold Seeker, the Reaver Plus, right? So that's our upgrade. We've unlocked it, and all of these things give us access to rope, right? Rope maker. Fine. We're going to do that. But before we get to the rope maker, let's quickly go and upgrade our ship. Let's upgrade our ship to a Reaver Plus. That's the plan. Oh, we need rope to do that. Of course we do. Okay, so the next piece of the puzzle. Are we producing black powder? We are. So black powder. Yeah, we're on the rise here. Okay, beautiful. Actually, before we get to that, what we have stone. So we need to, in order to kind of say, well, we said we'll be doing this. We need to build the gun tower, right? So I think the gun tower right up here is super duper cool, and is something that we're going to do. Yeah, I think on this ledge here is probably about right. And what I'll try and do is add an extra connection, kind of somewhere up there, so that we can directly bring the stuff in, the black powder in from there. If we do it on this side instead, it looks a little cooler actually. Look at that. Yeah, that looks even cooler. I like it. Okay, so that tower will now start to be constructed. At the same time, we want to be looking at our rope. So we've got this guy up here paused at the moment, right? And so the next piece of the puzzle is to get a what? Rope. Okay. Input takes 4 and outputs 4 fibers, gives us 6 ropes. So if we go to the raw materials, what is this? Oh, this is the gambling den. Yeah, we want to build some of this stuff as well. If we go here, this guy gives us 12, right? 12 fibers from that. So we can effectively support 3 rope makers off of this stuff, right? Now, again, this is one of those things where I'm thinking, we don't have any more room here. Control resources in this warehouse. I think we're all done. I don't think we can add more resources to it, right? That's basically the end of the line for us there, right? So the next piece then is we need a rope maker. And I guess what I'm trying to do is get these things fairly centrally located so they don't so we don't have too much to go, right? So I'm guessing maybe even another warehouse up on this cliff here is where we're gonna do. But anyway, start with the rope maker. And before we do that, let's just see, can we did we oh we did, it's just paused, right? Let's just try that again. So if we go from over here to say up there, right? Okay, so I guess this is about where we want it, right? So we'll do something like that, right? And then what we do is we go and grab ourselves, come on, get the rope maker, and the rope maker goes in here, right? Or, or alternatively, we start with a warehouse, right? I don't know what the right move is. I'm just figuring things out myself. We start off with the warehouse. The warehouse actually gets, well, I don't think it's necessary to connect the warehouse down there. We'll get the warehouse. Oh, we will need to connect the warehouse down somehow, but we'll get a bit more efficient with that. So we'll get the warehouse in there. The warehouse will connect to there, and then we will also at the same time look at the production via the rope maker. Right, and can we do another rope maker next to it? We can. Okay, so that's kind of the plan. But at the moment, none of these things are connected. So let's quickly have a little bit of a look at our, let's just run that one over there a little bit. And then I guess similarly we'll run, oh, it just goes straight through there. Okay, beautiful. So that's a little bit of a uphill area there. Now what we're trying to do is get these things to be as efficiently connected as possible, right? So I'm guessing my plan would be to go directly here to there. Yes, that's the plan. That is actually pretty good. Now all of these things are connected. Similarly, I would be thinking we would want this one to maybe connect where exactly? Can we? I just want to make sure we're connecting it kind of on the same. If we said we'd rather connect it up on, okay, hang on. Let's give ourselves the path up to about there, right? And then if we say, well, let's do, I guess something like that would be close enough to be able to get all of these things working together, right? So now those will start building. So we've got these, but I guess we can look at doing better lifts and things like that. But that gives you a pretty direct up and down to various locations, really. Though I do understand that that timber is quite far away. Okay, and we want to also then unpause that one, right? So we want to do this one. Now this will be picking up on fibers. Right, so we'll sort that out in just a minute. Yeah, this is a bit of a long stretch. Look at how far this guy is coming to then go over the top that way. We're kind of thinking he should have just been able to come up this way. But obviously we're not super duper competitive with that route. So we'll need to work out whether this apartment building has proper access. Okay, so that one's up and running and ready, right? So it is producing straight away. What I want you to do is pick up on this, right? And then you, on the other hand, we don't want you to go there. We want you to pick it up from right next door, right? As efficient as humanly possible, right? That's the plan. So this guy should be getting that up and running immediately. We are out of food again, so we might now want to start looking at producing some food on this side. But anyway, this is okay. What is this guy saying? Gun tower is not ready to fend against attacks, and I guess the reason is it's busy growing this supply. Really, that's the plan, right? But there should be kind of ample black powder being created. If I go to the loot, though, what does our loot pile look like? Can we please bring the black powder up from over there? Thanks. Just send someone temporarily to bring the black powder up from over there, just so we get it all in the warehouse that we wanted, right? And that's kind of getting our logistics sorted out a little bit more. Okay, so that's done. Oh, rope is the next one. So I just want to go here and say, guys, we want you to be increasing your stockpile of rope here, right? So as the rope becomes available, we want it to be there, and then that will have to make its way down here, which should be done pretty quickly, to be honest. That should be fairly effective route. So these warehouses here is really well connected, even that one. The only one that's bothering me a little bit is the warehouse all the way at the back there for the lumber products. That one is not super duper efficient. We are losing the food thing here at the moment. So what I might do is I might just add another one of these guys. Does not want to add another one of these guys over there outside of the range of the pirate camp. So we're kind of on the brink here. If we did it, I mean, we could do it over here, right? There's something in the way here. What is this? This is a fish. Nice. So we'll do some food related stuff over here. If we can, let's try and do another one down at the bottom here. I think that's maybe about right? Let's just do that and get another one right there. That should be okay. And we'll keep oh, this one is up and running now, so we are defended. And then this is saying we are dropping. Let's just have a look at our food, at our housing situation. Yeah, we're still good there. From an housing perspective, I mean a food perspective, we are, yeah, we're not inputting enough. So once that guy's ready, we should be fine, right? This lumber product will get here, and we'll build that, get that built, and then that should be fine. We're not gonna run out, right? That's the plan. So get that up and running. Beautiful. So now that one there, all I want to do is make sure that you're getting directly from there as well, and that should get us back up on track. And the rope is slowly being produced, and now we can, I think once we've got 50, we can actually produce the rest of this. But now we've got our tower defense ready to go. How many of this are we just keeping it? Is that it? So it can't be continuously firing. So if you want multiples, you're going to need to kind of sort it out in such a way. Yeah, this guy is still busy bringing the black powder into here. So that's fine. We'll keep doing that. This is a pretty healthy economy at the moment, right? And the next step for us now is to quickly upgrade this ship once we've got 50 rope, right? That's the plan. And then we'll need to look at the needs of the next subset, right? The gold seeker here. We're almost in position there, right? Give me 2 more rope, please. Maybe it pauses while I'm in there. I mean, we don't need excessive amounts, right? There we go. We're at 51. So we can go in here. We can upgrade the Great Chaos to a gold seeker, and let's upgrade. We get refunds. Yeah, we're going to use it, right? Anyway, we're going to go to a level 2 ship. Upgrade the ship, please. Okay, the moment that ship is done, we're going to, well, once we crew the next piece, so I'll show you in a minute. So this works pretty well to get things down here, right? Gonna go up there to get that. Right, so we will have to start having, once we got a solid stream of gold coming in, we'll have to have a look at how we can better deal with this. What is this saying? Input resource not available. Okay, I guess that means the loot here is cleared, right? Yeah, that's cleared. Okay, so what I'm doing is let's just yeah, that's fine. Yeah, fine. That's good. So now we've got lots of black powder ready to go, and we can keep this guy moving. I don't know if we can upgrade this at any point, or, you know, whether we've got any better damage or stuff that can happen. But for the time being, we're upgrading our ship. We're waiting on 2 more ropes. Quite a distance to travel, but I guess once in a blue moon to upgrade a ship is not going to be a big deal for us to do that. Cohesion is looking pretty good. And then we can go and, well, see what we do with our next steps. But yeah, a level 2 ship is going to be a lot, I think, a lot easier. Well, it'll obviously upgrade, but it's going to be a little bit easier to do these missions that we have. We had so little that we could do. There we go. New crew, picaroons, and we've got the distillery active, and a buccaneer grill. Okay. And here, let's just quickly see. This one is saying what? Despicable Tradings. A wealthy yet suspicious merchant has approached us and wants to obtain portion of our goods production. Some voices from our community have been very negative about selling our hard-earned commodities to him. Split rum production. Lots of that, right? Split black powder production. Do not sell anything, gives us cohesion. But we split black powder production. Split cassava. We don't have cassava. We don't have rum, right? The only thing we do have is black powder, which we should not be using at any kind of reasonable rate. And I'm assuming we have sufficient. Yeah, we have. We have 335 black powder, but yeah, we really need the gold, right? So I'm going to go with this one. We're going to split the black powder production. We're going to give him, or the trader, we're going to add Despicable Trading for 30 minutes. Affected structures, the powder mill production is minus 75. That's fine. I don't mind that. So we're going to do that. We're going to drop the cohesion a little bit, but we're going to make some serious coin. There we go. Yes, we're doing it. That is looking a lot healthier now. And I think our black powder will be fine. Let's have a look at our new ship, guys. Look at this. The purple ship here, the Great Chaos. I'm retaining the name, which is good. It's exactly what I wanted to do. And now we've got some good limits over here. Now, what we need to do here is we need to assign a captain. And I guess the idea is if we want to really pursue either wealth or notoriety, we need to be going for Scarlet for wealth, or Conja for wealth, or Scarlet for notoriety. So this gives us the Spice Thief, supplies plus 20%, speed plus 20%, which is not bad. This gives us health plus 20%, and then boarding damage plus 20%. But I guess we want to go down this route. So we're going to go with Scarlet. Scarlet's going to be our captain of choice. Thank you. And then obviously she's now in there, and we need to now crew this. But before we crew this, we need to understand that we have what it takes to provide the upkeep for swabbies, right? So swabbies requires stew and booze, right? Picaroons, on the other hand, needs rum. So before we do that, the next chain that we're going to put in place is the rum chain. Okay, so before we crew them, we need a rum chain. Now, the other thing that I also think is worth noting is your pirates, these swabbies and so on. Let's what I can do, let's manage the crew. Let's add the swabbies, right? So I'll add the swabbies in, right? So we are half crewed. Now, if we come to the pirate camp, we can see the swabbies live here. They don't live out here, right? No swabbies here. We've got a drifter over here, but no swabbies out here. And I guess that's what we need to be conscious of. Our rum needs to be living in this area. So let's have a look at the rum pipeline then. So we need sugarcane and coopers to then go into a distillery. Okay. Fetchers and hands and all these kind of things. Everybody, we've got all of these resources available over here. If we look at our production currently, it's 8, right? And then what are we, our sawmill, how many, do we have more than one? Our singular sawmill takes 4. So we still have room. Can we have a look at our production chains? Can we see active production chains or not? So planks. I want to see all the production chains that uses hardwood. I can't see that. Oh, we've got another. I don't want to do that. Let's just go back into overviews, production chains. Oh, hang on. Here we can see resources and what they're currently doing, right? So we definitely have a surplus of wood. So I guess we only have the one sawmill, so we can still use half of it for the cooper, say, right? So if we go production chains and we go with the cooper, not copper, cooper. Is it? What is it called? Barrels. Barrels? It's not actually telling us. Well, let's have a look at the cooper then. We can't look at it here, so we'll have to have a look at it here. The cooper takes 4, so that means all of our lumber would now be used. And we've got a, let me just, got a warehouse here. Ooh, it's actually dropping. It's actually dropping, but we can obviously expand that a little bit. But my concern around this stuff is that we actually want it out over on this side, a little closer to the action. So I'm guessing Cooper wouldn't mind, and that's it's going to go all the way out that way, right? Okay, so Cooper is let's go back in there. So that's Estelle needs 2. Oh yeah, so we only need the one of these. But yeah, we're going to need, I'm kind of wondering. I'm in 2 minds about where I should be placing this stuff. Let's aim for over here, because ultimately, let's work our way back. So the distillery, I would like to be squeezing in somewhere pretty close to this guy. Can we go up a little bit? Yeah. So let's do, I don't mind that, right? I don't mind that. We'll get the distillery in there, right? No, that's not the plan. Okay, so we have the distillery in there. That gives us 4 and 4 and gives us 20. But we also need the cooper, which I guess we can kind of grab straight over here. Let's do that for the time being. If we need to move it, we'll move it. And then the other thing we want is the sugar cane, and this is a 1-to-1 production. And I was kind of thinking this spot right over here is ideal. So let's just do that. So we'll get all of those things working. I can't maneuver myself out of here. So we'll get all of those working, and that should be able to get us the rum production that we need to go forward with this. We also now have a pig herder that produces pigs, and then a buccaneer grill that produces, what does it produce? Stew? Oh, it produces more stew. Okay, it's a more effective stew production. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, that makes things sorted. That sorts things out. And then this guy, oh, it's the wrong one. It's up here. That's not the plan. But it's still close enough. It's still close enough. I think that's pretty good. So now we're going to start seeing rum being added to the mix here. Okay, good. Now let's quickly have a look at this deed that we've cleared. So we build a level 2 ship, so we can go ahead and claim that. We are thinking about adding an extra ship to our fleet, which is something of interest. We can start looking at that. So there's a few things that's kind of working. Aerial lifts and masts and all kinds of things that we should be doing. A 3rd pirate camp will get us some value. So clearly we're going to kind of mosey along on all of these things, at least initially, and then we probably will start to specialize a little bit more. So I guess now our rum is coming in. That's beautiful. Oh, we've got another. Oh, a compass point. Yeah, of course. That's all 3 here, right? So that gives us, let's get sail making, right? And now we can also have a hunter or a hunter plus, right? So we can now have multiple different types of ships to kind of sort ourselves out. But with the sail maker unlocked, it means we can now make sails. Let's have a quick look at that, for instance. Oh, this is wood workshop. Okay, I don't know what we're going to use this for. What is this stuff? I don't know what the output is here. Wooden tools? Looks like it might be wooden tools. And then here we've got a weaver that takes fiber and wooden tools, I think, to create, I think, cloth. and then the sail maker creates sails from cloth, right? I think that's basically what it is doing. Okay, so now with our items there, let's manage the crew. We should be able to add these to the mix. Oh, we need to pick how many we're doing. Okay, so we can do that, and then we do more of this. Oh, hang on. Go back. So if we do 10, like so, and 10, that gives us these numbers, right? That's interesting. Plus, 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 plus. If we drop this down and we add this, you don't have enough drifters? How many drifters do you need for this? Something like this then. Well, that looks a lot better, really. How many drifters does this take? Because this takes a drifter too, right? 1. I don't know how. There we go. Now we've got that. So we've got good stats now. Look at this. Health and all of these stats. This is a pretty good ship. This is a pretty good ship. And this episode has gone on long enough. Ooh. There's one issue that we need to deal with here. Something is dropping. In stock at the tavern. Are we not sorting this out? Is this not good enough? Input at the tavern is 20. Let's just double check what we're doing here. So this is, okay. Oh, drain per minute is 22. Let's just double check quickly. It's 20. The drain per minute is not 22. The drain per minute is 20. But what does this actually do? This generates 20. So we have one ship load of these guys available. Is this going to stabilize? I think this might stabilize. 4 into, how much is this? 4. Okay, so the Cooper, I think the Cooper has more than what we need, right? The Cooper is fine, but we will just need another one of these and another one of those, really. Okay, so let's just double up on that so that we have the rum coming in. Let's quickly do that. So if we do, another one back there, and then I want to do, yeah, the Cooper and the likes. Yeah, I guess something like this is probably going to be about right. Yeah. Just like that. We'll do it just like that. Okay? And then we'll get these two built, and that should resolve that issue. I don't think this is a... I think we have enough, actually, but I'd rather we have a surplus here, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think that's an issue. I think we're going to be fine. I think we have enough. I would like to cut that and take it to the other one, though. We just need to wait for this to finish. Waiting on a little bit more planks. Come in, planks. Get that built. We'll get that sorted out. We might get an extra connection here. Let's just get that built. What? More planks, please. Need to be ziplining it across, really. Yeah, it's not the most efficient of routes. But again, one-off things is not the end of the world. I'm happy to do that. So now what we want to do is we want to get it from over there, please. Okay, so now that should be more than sufficient. We'll have extra rum available, no problems, right? And now this guy is ready to go with the maximum good crew, really. Okay, and guys, that's where we'll end it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, we'll set out to sail with our new ship on the next episode. I am still liking it quite a lot. I'm not always a big fan of the way these kind of event management kind of things. I'm more the city builder person, so the efficiencies that we're gaining in the colony is where I'm after. But the events are fun enough for the time being. So, and they're not. I mean, they're not that disruptive. You can choose how you do it. They're not like pushing you to get it done. So if you want to take a bit of a break from the colony and go and do the events, you can do that. For the time being, enjoying this game quite a bit, and I would like to hear from you. Are you enjoying it as well? It's been released on Steam for a couple of days now, so it would be interesting to understand how many of you are actually playing this. I'm really enjoying it, and I do like this whole asynchronous kind of city builder stuff or colony builder stuff. It's looking pretty cool. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.